Hey everybody, we are here with another writing video, and today we have an explanation of informal and formal writing. Those words might sound a little tricky to you, but we're going to start off by explaining what they mean. So let's start off with the word formal. Formal means that there is a correct or proper way to do something, and that can be like having a correct or proper way to speak, depending on who I'm talking to. Like I might speak one way to my friends, but a different way to my teacher. Right?
I would hope so.
Like my formal way of speaking to you would probably be respectful and maybe not telling a joke if you're in the middle of talking, right? There can even be formal and informal ways of dressing. Like a formal, correct, or appropriate way to dress at school might be different from what I would wear to the beach or to bed, you know? And then there's even formal ways of writing, appropriate ways to write depending on if I'm writing an essay for class or if I'm just writing to a friend. And that takes me into what does the word informal mean? Informal, first of all, let's start off with the beginning of this word, in. That means not. So informal means not formal. So kind of like formal means there's a proper and appropriate, correct way to do something. Informal is kind of like however you want to. So let's talk about what I said over here. Formal, if I am wearing one particular thing that's appropriate for school, informal might be I can wear whatever I want. Okay, I can talk however I want because I'm talking to a friend. I can write however I want because I'm writing in a diary or a journal and no one's going to see it but me. I think you had a really good example as well that you wanted to share with us.
Yeah, so it got me thinking about baseball practice. I don't know why, but my son is in baseball. I know your daughter does different sports here and there. And one thing I remembered is that when my son goes off to baseball practice, just like if you were playing PE or you were playing outside in the yard, he wears old clothes. Sometimes they have holes in them. I usually have him wear his dirty play clothes to practice. The difference is that when it's game day, he has to put on a proper uniform. He needs the right socks, he needs the right colored pants, he needs the shirt and the hat that go along with everything that he's supposed to be wearing, just like all of his teammates. So if I were to relate his outfit choice to formal and informal, I would say that informal is like your practice, your play clothes that you can run around and get dirty in. Your formal clothes are going to be that uniform that you only wear on game day. And for those of you who don't do sports, maybe it's the outfit that are just your school clothes that mom and dad don't want you getting dirty. So writing is really similar in that formal writing has a lot of rules that we have to follow when we turn something in, like capitals and periods and all of that. But informal writing, it's like we've taken away the rules and we write just for fun. We'll get to this, but there's hearts and stars and all kinds of things going on. And we need to practice how to separate those styles of writing and really focus on the audience of who you are writing for. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
So let's jump right into it. This looks really fun and like exciting and it's drawing my eyes in. So how about you read the informal example for us first?
All right, here we go. It says, hey, my birthday was the coolest and I'm going to tell you why. I got a bike. Yay! Everyone was there, like my uncle and Levi and Lola and my whole family. It was the best birthday ever.
Wow. I noticed a lot of things, Miss Marquardt. Other than, like you already said, there's drawings, there's doodling, there's like those kinds of things. It's fun. They use like all caps for the best ever. They use multiple exclamation marks here and here.
I like this.
I'm gonna, not I'm going to. I'm gonna tell you why. Random things capitalized in the middle of the sentence. Random indenting. It's kind of all over the place.
It's fun, but it kind of like breaks my teacher heart at the same time because this is not what I'm expecting to get turned into me, especially not in second grade.
There's definitely a time and a place for you to have writing like this. We're not saying that it's wrong, but it's definitely informal, for sure. Now let's take a look at the formal example. And you're going to notice that it's talking about the same event. And it's written by the same person, but you can tell that this person is probably writing to somebody else, not the same person they were writing when they wrote this. Let's take a look. My birthday. Right off the bat, I noticed that there's a title.
And it's capitalized
Yeah.
correctly.
It is. My birthday. I had the best day on my birthday. First, I had my favorite breakfast. I ate eggs and toast and jam. Then I got a new bike. My uncle helped me try to learn to ride it. Later, my friends Levi and Lola came over to play and eat cake. Much
Wow.
different than
Yeah.
this
But
one.
you're right, exact same event that they're
Uh-huh.
talking about, a completely different style of writing.
Yes.
So I'm kind of wondering, Mrs. Grant, who do you think that these are being written to?
Well, can I point out one thing that I noticed here
Mhm.
that made my teacher heart happy?
You sure can.
They had a topic sentence.
Love.
They had transition words, which
Oh.
means they used words like first, then, and later. Whew, that's nice. And they like even had details to talk about each one of their ideas.
And capitals and periods.
Correct
and
punctuation. They only indented the first sentence. Whew, this is a well-written, possibly essay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I love it.
Yeah. So now, if you made it this far in the video, that means
Better have.
you might be getting an extra point
Mhm.
because we have a challenge for you down here. And if you don't make it to the end of the video, which you guys are because you're watching me talk right now, then those kids are not going to get this extra point on their packet for the week. But you guys are because you're still
Will.
here. So we want you to write something underneath each of these two different examples. We want you to write who you think this one was written to, the informal version, and who you think the formal version was written to or for. So what do you think?
Can I write it down?
Yep, I sure
Give
can.
them the answer.
You can give them the answer.
All right. This sounds like it was written to a friend.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would even write maybe like my best friend. I'm gonna pretend that this was written to my best friend because it sounds like the way that I would talk to my best friend in conversation. So this person probably wrote it to a friend of theirs.
Yeah. And this version was probably not written to a friend. My guess is that it was written for a teacher, so to their teacher, right? Okay, so I'm going to say to a teacher or to my teacher.
Maybe I'll add a little two in here.
Okay. There we go. So all you have to do if you made it to the end of the video is write these two answers down, and hopefully you have a good sense of the difference between formal and informal.